Groupon is great if you want to get half price sushi.
Right.
But those Groupon offers of, hey, we're going to come out and clean your ducts for $79.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Air of Authority. And I love today's topic. We are talking all about duct cleaning. I am a huge believer in it. I've had it done in my own house. So to do that, we are calling our friends up in Omaha with McCarthy's 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. And Ben is going to walk us through the whole duct cleaning process, what's involved with it, why you shouldn't trust those online offers for $50 duct cleaning. Don't believe that. Also, he has his own experience with how it's helped his family. So let's call Ben and hear what he has to say.
First.
All right. Okay, so tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Ben Kratz. I'm with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning out of Omaha, Nebraska. Been with this group for 4 years. And currently I sit as our operations manager with this company.
And today we are going to talk about duct cleaning because we both of our companies do duct cleaning using Toravac. We love it. I know you guys love it. But a lot of times there's a lot of misconceptions on the full process of what duct cleaning is. It's not just going in with your vacuum cleaner and stuff like that. So I thought you would be a great person today to talk to walk us through, like, what does the duct cleaning process consist of?
Yeah, no, you absolutely hit it on the head. And, unfortunately, I was one of those too that thought prior to coming into this industry that I could just take my shop vac, pull my registers off, vacuum up a little bit of the dog hair, and my ducts were cleaned. Thank goodness I know what I know now. It's an intensive process, and it's usually done by at least two people. There are some instances where I have seen one person on it. However, I feel like having at least two on the process is very, very important. And the Toravac process, which is incredible, 3 levels of filtration, hooks in to the duct as itself. So sitting down, in basement world where we'd go down to the furnace, we're going to cut a hole into the vents. We're going to stick our vacuum into there, seal it all off to make sure we have a good suction. And in that process, then our technicians are going through and they're going to block off every single register to ensure that we're getting proper suction. Mm-hmm. It's kind of very akin, like as we all know, if you're vacuuming your house and your tube comes out of your vacuum on your carpet, you're just going to blow all that back into the air. So in creating this pressurized process, what we're really doing is ensuring that the dust and debris that we are kicking up from the ducts is going to the vacuum, mm-hmm. and it's going to the vacuum efficiently. So what we're doing is we're sectioning it off. You have your supply side, and as I like to kind of call that, that's your hot air side and your cold air side. When you're cold and you go and you turn up to Hawaii on your thermostat, you want to feel that air come out of the registers. So we're going to hit that. And then on the flip side, the really, really dirty, gnarly side, mm-hmm. is that return side. And the reason why that gets so dirty is because it's sucking all of the air in to help your heating and air system out. But unfortunately, what it doesn't have, unlike on the supply side, is just it doesn't have a filter. So that's where you're going to see a majority of that buildup that just sits there. It's stagnant. And the unfortunate part and the most important thing that I think about when I think about duct cleaning is you have a very huge investment that sits in your basement and sits outside in your heating and air system. Dirt and dust is the number one killer of those systems. So if we get all of that stuff out, we're not relying on that filter to go in to save your multi-$1,000 investment. It's at least a half, if not a 3/4 day project to do a duct cleaning properly.
Yeah, they're working hard all day, and they're really thorough on every single run, having getting cleaned out and everything. And they have these massive, extensions and hoses, and they do it several different times just to make sure that all that stuff gets out. And then it's amazing at the end when they show you the bag of crud left over, where it's this house might be 25 years old and there's building materials in there and just all kinds of weird
stuff. It's incredible what you find. Hot Wheels cars, Cheerios. We found antique soda cans down in the ducts, and some of the homeowners are excited, like, hey, I want to keep that.
Yeah, let's go on a treasure hunt, see what was in there.
Let's get rid of this junk.
Yeah.
You get this melting pot of allergens, of dust, of mites. A wise man once told me that in your heating and air system, it was, you sit in your house, you have 3 filters. You have that filter that you're changing monthly, bi-monthly, whatever your filter program is. You have your evaporator coil, which is also doing the filter. And then the most expensive filter that people just don't think about is the filtration of your lungs.
Yeah.
So for me, I know with my home and my wife and my 2 young boys, I want to make sure that they're breathing the best air that they can breathe possible. And in that process of doing that duct cleaning, I know that we're getting everything out of that system.
Right. Like from your customers who have had it done, what has been the reaction?
The big one is I've noticed that I don't have to dust as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I think about my own personal experience. We have black furniture throughout the home. So after doing the duct cleaning, and we also have a dog who happens to have white hair. Oh. After doing the duct cleaning,
good idea.
You tend to not have to, you dust and then you look, it's like, gosh, I know I hit this table already, but you just get everything out. They're noticing that when they're doing that monthly filter change, that filter isn't as gunked up as it was before. So what that's telling me is that unit's not having to work as hard anymore. And it's kind of like taking a drink out of a straw. And as you start to slowly pinch that straw, it's harder and harder to pull something out of it. But we've opened that straw back up again to make sure that all that air flows through.
You have to be familiar with the heating and air conditioning system to do it properly and to...
You do. And there's, oh my gosh, Groupon is great if you want to get half-price sushi.
Right.
But those Groupon offers of, hey, we're going to come out and clean your ducts for $79.
Yeah.
And what that has done, it's given a black eye to the people that are doing this correctly.
Right.
So those are the folks that are coming out with their vacuum and pulling up one register and saying, your duct is clean.
Right.
If you want us to go any farther, here's your list of bills. Well, at 1 hour, that's not how we go to market.
Right.
We go to market with our straightforward guarantee of knowing that what you buy is what you're going to get, and it's going to get done in a timely process. We're going to be there on time. We're going to have background check. We're going to have drug tested employees, and you know that you're going to have the complete satisfaction of the 1 hour guarantees, and that goes for everything that we do.
I think that's why I wanted to have you on to explain the whole process on how if you had somebody out to clean your ductwork and there weren't like multiple people for a full day with, you probably didn't, it probably wasn't the same experience as like what we're talking about.
Oh, it's not even close. And I mean, important to me, and I think should be important to every single homeowner, is ask for before and after pictures. Do you want to see that ductwork? Everybody's running around with these, right? It's quite easy to stick that up into the duct and show people what's going on.
Right. All right. So in your opinion, how often should air ducts be cleaned?
I'm a firm believer in 3 to 5 years. Now, the reason for that span is, again, we all have different wants and needs in our homes. Like I said earlier, we have a dog that runs around. I have 2 boys under the age of 3. My oldest, as an infant, had a lot of breathing issues and spent some time in children's hospitals. So for me, indoor air quality was very, very important. We're just dealing with too many natural pollutants that come into the home to not address it. Anything more than doing it every 3 years, don't do it every year. Don't do it every other year. That's a little bit overkill. So as a contractor, if someone were to call me today and say, hey, I just had my ducts cleaned last year, I would love to have them done again this year, I'm going to have a little bit of a red flag of saying, okay, well, what happened? Did you add on to your home? Did you put in new carpet?
Right.
Have you done, do you have a woodworking shop in your house?
Right. Did you have water damage and now you have a mold possibility or something like that? Yeah.
Yes. So there's a lot of people who are seeing advertising out there for duct cleaning. Now, the responsible consumer, thank goodness, is doing a little bit more diving in and finding who's going to do that. So that's a big introductory. The other thing is that we're seeing is a lot of customer referrals is, I got it done. I'm telling
you got to try this. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the solo customer, someone that doesn't fit within those 2 categories is, I have a dust problem. I have the allergies, the asthma. They've taken the time to do a little bit of the research and know the benefits of that. So, since we're talking ducts, I think something that's very important too to talk about as well is a process that both you and I do, and that's the aero sealing of the ducts. As we're doing the duct cleaning, we're also really recommended and majority of the time doing the duct sealing process on that as well.
Yes.
And in that duct sealing, now we're preventing the buildup inside of those ducts from happening.
At least you don't have gaping holes in your ductwork anymore. It's allowing other things in. Oh my gosh, we do duct sealing as well, and people will say the air is coming out like 3 times as hard as it used to, like just from the registers.
Oh yeah.
And it was amazing the difference that duct sealing makes on just closing up. There's all of these little openings all throughout your house on the ductwork.
Right.
And sealing all those up from the inside. We're going to have to do another video on duct sealing.
We need to, because there's so
it's
much.
It's a whole different topic, but it really goes hand in hand with the duct cleaning.
But, going back into the duct cleaning aspect of it, again, just knowing that the person coming into your home is credited, is licensed, is bonded, is there with the best interest of you, the homeowner. A homeowner has to do their research. They have to understand that this is a process. It's going to be a long process. In that, there is an investment that comes with it, and just not to be fooled by those $79 duct cleaning ads that are out on Groupon.
All right. Well, thanks for joining today.
No, my pleasure.
We'll have to do this again.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
All right, you too. We'll see you later, Ben.